Hey, what's up guys? It's your friendly neighborhood emo hair 69, who most of you guys know as Ned from Spider-Man, and we've covered a lot of stories on this channel. Like, we talked about how I caught this guy beating his schmeat on the bus, we talked about me being stalked by a cop, we talked about sexting gone wrong, and of course, we can't forget about the time I got swatted. But this is some really fucked up shit we got here. Like, damn man, I was a little scared making this video, like, not gonna lie. Like, originally I was gonna save this video for 10k subs, or like a 10k sub special, but I figured why not just tell it now, and plus I can always retell the story in the future. But this is seriously the most serious video I've ever had to make in my whole YouTube career, and it's definitely in the top 5 of craziest life stories I have. But without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's just get right into this. So this takes place in the 8th grade, and it was a dark and stormy night. Anyway, so little Ned from Spider-Man, aka me, was a very edgy guy, alright? I was really edgy. I watched a lot of Leafy at the time, and I made many edgy jokes about like racism and a bunch of other fucked up shit, because I was young and dumb, alright? I was like maybe 13, alright? All 13-year-olds are edgelords, but yeah, I was an edgelord back then. And one day, I sent this really fucked up school shooting meme on Facebook, and this is back when I used Facebook. I never used Facebook again after all this shit happened, because fuck that, I'm not trying to have the FBI open up again, you know? And so, this story I'm about to tell is actually fairly common, alright? I've actually done my research, and this whole topic, and apparently this whole thing, is actually a really common situation that happens to a lot of kids my age, so yeah. So it all started with edgelord Ned here posting a school shooting meme that is clearly a joke, alright? It is clearly a joke. Obviously it's a joke, alright? Even people with 2 brain cells knows that it is clearly a joke. Anyway, so some guy who was on my friends list at the time, who we're gonna call Joey Macaroni. Now, Joey Macaroni fucking hated me, alright? Joey Macaroni hated Ned from Spider-Man, alright? They had serious beef. He was a year older than me, so he was a freshman, but we shared the same language class together. It was Karis, to be exact. But anyway, so let me give you some backstory on Joey Macaroni. Now, Joey Macaroni was one of the most disgusting people I can think of. Like, after I describe what he was like, you'll fucking hate his guts, alright? So Joey Macaroni was a quote-unquote social justice warrior, quote-unquote entrepreneur, quote-unquote public speaker, and quote-unquote activist, alright man? And don't get me wrong, I rarely ever judge people. Like, if you're passionate about something, or like an activist or an entrepreneur, then, you know, good job, and like, congratulations, you know, keep up the good work and all. But Joey Macaroni wasn't about that, alright? He only did it for the attention. Every conversation I've ever had with him ended up with, oh, I'll have you know I'm superior in every way because I do good things. And shit like, oh, your opinion doesn't even fucking matter because I've been through worse, alright? I was homeless, my uncle molested me, I was assaulted, I've been harassed, and like, just a bunch of shit like that. That's all he talked about. And worst of all, he was extremely offensive, alright? Like, he would act all innocent and stuff to the teachers, but like, in reality, he was like me, but like 10 times worse, and I was pretty edgelordy at the time. Alright, so because I was an edgelord, I made jokes about death and shit, and like, but this guy, he took it to a whole nother level, and worst of all, he shares a very similar name as me, so when people say my name, it constantly reminds me of him. Anyway, so this kid was like the scum of the earth, alright man? He told everyone he was superior. And get this, nobody could do shit about him. You know why? Because he worked for the fucking school, alright? He was like a hall monitor, but like, he had more power essentially. Like, he could write people up and like do a bunch of other shit. Like, he even gave tours of the school, alright? When I was taking a tour, when I wanted to when I wanted to attend that school, he was the tour guide. He was literally leading the tour. But, Joey Macaroni made fun of me a lot, you know? Every single fucking day, he bullied me. He called me a and a bunch of other fucked up shit. But yeah, anyway, Joey Macaroni, he saw my little meme on Facebook and decided it would be a great idea, like a marvelous idea. Like, dude, this guy had a genius idea that he was gonna tell school administration about it. He even told me, he was like, oh, I'm telling on you. And I was like, shit, man. So he ended up blocking me after that. He literally was like, I'm telling on you, and then blocked me. And so I had no contact with him. And so I hit up my friend who we're gonna call Emo Hair 420 because he also had emo hair and he smoked a lot of weed. So yeah, I'm like, yo, Emo Hair 420, Joey Macaroni is trying to get me in serious trouble, man. And so Emo Hair 420 responds saying, I'll see what I can do about it. And about 20 fucking minutes go by, and Emo Hair 420 responds saying, sorry, there's nothing we can do about it, he's gonna tell. And so fast forward a little bit, it's the next day of school, I go to school, I go to my first period, and immediately after I sit down, the school counselor comes by and is like, Ned, can you come down to my office? And so I go down to her office and she tells me to have a seat as she proceeds to lock me in her fucking office. She straight up locks the door. She just dead ass locks me in this room. And I can hear a fuck ton of people outside the door. Like, I hear the principal, I can hear the dean of students talking, even the special ed executive, I can hear her talking too, because I was in special ed at the time under gifted, but I'll explain more of that later because that comes in later. Anyway, so eventually they open the door and guess who it is? It's the fucking FBI and BIA, the whole school administration and executives are all there just staring at me, bro. Luckily they didn't have guns pointed at me because that would have been even fucking more scary. That would have been traumatizing actually. But yeah, they escort me to this big ass oval table in the school, and so like I'm just thinking, shit man, I guess I'm going to jail. And they even have fucking cameras on me too, man. And so we talk for about 5 minutes and I explain everything, and the FBI agents were just like, well, this is all a hoax, we're out of here, just learn your lesson, don't do that again, we're here to protect this country, protect the safety of everyone, and yeah, thank you for being honest with us, we'll see you later. And so they fucking dip, and I basically borderline got swatted. Like, I actually got swatted this time, like, in a legal way that where this kid can get away with it. And so eventually I talked things over with the BIA for about an hour, and for those of you guys who don't know who the BIA are or what they are essentially, basically they're essentially just like FBI agents but for reservations and Native Americans. And I went to an all Native American school all throughout 8th and 7th grade, and so BIA stands for Bureau of Indian Affairs, but I like to refer to them as bossing Indians around. And so basically I tell the administrator and the BIA agents everything, and here's where I get lucky, alright? Because I was in special ed, alright, legally, they can't do shit, alright? In the United States, special ed students are like above the law and have more rights than normal students. It's hard to believe, I know, but like in my state, I was essentially above the law because they couldn't like arrest me. They didn't have that power because I was in special ed. I was in gifted. And keep in mind, gifted essentially means you're tested over the top 1% of all students. So call me a sped all you want, alright, man? But if I wasn't in special ed, my ass would have been either arrested, sent to prison, or expelled immediately. Also, you're probably wondering, what happened to Joey Macaroni? Well, nothing at all, actually. Because I can't really just explain to administrators that, like, oh, Joey Macaroni is corrupt because he had more power than me and he's working for the school. And yeah, I couldn't do shit to him because he was literally working for the school. He was like a hall monitor plus, alright? Like, if the school was an esports org, he would be like elite, alright? But yeah, guys, I went back to school the next few days. First time I saw Joey Macaroni, I immediately fucking jumped his ass in. Nah, I'm just kidding on that one. All I did was flip him off, but like, he didn't seem too happy about that either. But after going to school for another month, I decided to leave school entirely because it was super awkward being around Joey Macaroni, and the school administrator started treating me different too, as if I was like some high-risk precaution kid who was like mentally unstable and shit. Like, I was like gonna shoot up or whatever. Like, I was actually going to, even though I proved to them that it was all a fucking big ass hoax. And so I ended up leaving. I never saw any of my good friends ever again. Life completely changed from that point. I ended up graduating with a GED, so it's all good then. But that's how my life almost got fucked up. From what I heard, Joey Macaroni is still living a terrible life, harassing people and doing a bunch of other shady shit, which I can also probably make another video on. But that's my side of the story, and before I end this video off, I know you guys are all wondering, what was that meme I posted? What was the fucking meme that got me in so much trouble? Well, here's the meme, alright? This is the meme. This is the fucking meme that could have ruined my entire fucking life, but I got lucky. I also know this was a long story video, but this also isn't the craziest story I have. I still have like 5 or 6 other stories that are even crazier that I'll probably save for some time, like that 10K special I was talking about earlier. But I thought I'd let you guys know about these scum of the earth people. Anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed any of it. Subscribe to stick around. I make videos almost every day about all sorts of things. So yeah guys, I'm out. Peace. Later boys.